Yo, what's up, guys? I hope you guys are having a good weekend. It's been a while since I posted, but I want to get some gameplay up for you. A lot of crazy stuff been going on the past 2 weeks as far as the NFL.
He'll take it from the
you had the Rams. The Rams beat the Broncos, which was insane, 22-7. They dominated that game. The Rams are actually an up-and-coming team.
It's first down as
you know, next year don't be surprised if they actually come back and make the playoffs if they can find a quarterback. But for the Broncos to lose, and now with New England playing the way they are, it looks like you're gonna wind up seeing Peyton Manning against Brady again in the AFC Championship game if things play out the way they're going to now. But it's going to be in New England, most likely. And the Patriots all of a sudden are just a juggernaut. They can't be stopped. Brady's having a phenomenal year. It's funny too because it wasn't that long ago, earlier in the season, where they were talking about, is Brady too old? Is Brady done? So on and so on. And the guy just comes back and just is destroying everybody right now. They destroyed the Colts 42-20. And the Colts are defensively, the Colts are not good, but offensively, the Colts can pretty much keep up with anybody. And the Patriots just dominated them. You got the Texans and the Browns. The Browns, were on basically having a good year, and the Texans are doing nothing. And the Texans come in and beat the Browns and manhandle them too. J.J. Watt scores another offensive touchdown, so they win that game 27-3.
the Panthers get a first down.
It's just funny. You just never know week to week who's going to beat who, because you think you got it all figured out, and then games like that happen. So it keeps things fun. Then you got the Giants and the Niners. Man,
Split back.
first of all, the Niners got new life breathed into them because they went to overtime against the Saints and wound up winning that game.
You can't play against this quarterback. He knows.
And if they would have lost that game, that would have basically ended their season. But they got, they won, so they basically got a second chance. They come back and they play the Giants, and it was almost like,
And now they'll try.
nobody wanted to win that game because it was just such a low-scoring game, basically throughout the whole game. And the Giants' defense, for once, actually played really good in that game. And then Eli throws 5 interceptions. So,
Touchdown.
if you would have had
NFL nowadays,
any kind of offense in that game on the Giants' end, there's no way the Niners would have won. But the offense was terrible.
for a touchdown.
It's just like week to week with the Giants, you just don't know what you're going to get. 1 week the defense will show up and the offense won't. Then the next week the offense will show up and the defense won't. It's like they just can't seem to play a complete game. And it's really frustrating. I'm actually going to the Giants-Dallas game. I don't know why. I don't have a logical explanation as to why. I just think that the Giants are going to win. And the only reason I can give you is that I just think that they're due for a win. They're not this bad. And I know it's hard for me to say that with the record they have, but they could have beaten the Seattle game if their defense would have held up, but they just got beaten down. That game was close up until the fourth quarter. They could have beat Dallas the first time in Dallas, but then they had the 2 fumbles. They were only down by a score at that point in the fourth quarter. The Niners game, like I said, they could have won that game. So they're right there. They're right there as far as getting these wins. They just got to put it all together and get them. Now, obviously, the season's a lost cause for them. They're long over. So now you're just looking, to at least finish respectable. 8-8, 7-9, something like that.
First down is
Not 7-9. I'm sorry. 9-7. You know what? 7-9, 8-8, 9-7. Somewhere in that area. They can finish off like that. It's not going to be terrible, considering that they're basically missing about 10 or 12 people, on IR or whatever. So I mean, that's almost half their offense and half their defense is basically out. Okay. So yeah, I mean, just play for some respectability here, and I'll be happy with that.
There's a lot of extra weight out there.
Nothing else really. Oh, okay, here's another game. The Eagles and the Packers.
7-yard line.
I don't know what it is, but the Packers are flying under the radar big time right now. Nobody's talking about them, and yet they destroyed the Eagles, 53-20.
1 quarter.
I mean, you want to talk about getting dominated? That's it right there, 53-20. Rodgers threw, I think, 6 first half touchdowns, three first half touchdowns, and then their defense made some plays too. I think Sanchez had threw a pick 6.
It still doesn't get a first.
So a lot of just complete ass kicking on the Packers' part. Then you had the Steelers and Titans. The Steelers won. The Titans just aren't good. Nothing to say about that game. The Cardinals and the Lions. What you thought would be a high-scoring game turned out to be a 14-6. Cardinals won. Anyone that thinks that the Cardinals are not for real isn't paying attention. You're not 9-1.
Marching down the field.
You're not 9-1 if you're not a legit team. The only thing that I worry about with them now is Carson Palmer's out. Can Drew Stanton do enough? Can he do enough in the playoffs to keep them in games and have their defense make a play? That's what it's going to come down to for that team.
So we'll give all the
right. Then you got the Chiefs and the Seahawks. I've said it all year. The Seahawks aren't what they were. They're actually talking about using Richard Sherman as a wide receiver now. That's how desperate they are. They haven't thrown for 200 yards in 5 games or some crazy thing like that. The Chiefs won that game. Then the Chiefs come back and they lose to the Raiders. Again, one of those things where you just don't know week to week what's going to happen. You got Carr on the Raiders. He's up and coming. He's a decent quarterback, I got to say. He's not great, but he's a rookie, so he's going to have his struggles. But the Raiders are kind of the same thing, where they're in all these games. They don't get blown out by nobody. They just can't seem to just get that win. But they finally got their win, so they're not winless anymore. Falcons, Panthers, who cares? Both teams suck. The Bengals destroyed the Saints, 27-10. The Saints just aren't any good. That loss against the Niners, I think, really demoralized them, and I think they're pretty much going to fold it the rest of the way.
Going for it.
Not really much to talk about. I mean, everyone's gearing up for the playoffs now. You got the Bears and the Vikings. Again, who cares? Both teams are garbage. The Vikings are up and coming now. Again, another one of these teams that doesn't get blown out. They never get blown out, and they're very close. Yeah, the Bills and the Dolphins. I thought that was going to be a closer game than it was. 22-9. Dolphins won, and now the Dolphins got to go and play the Patriots. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if the Dolphins put up a fight, and not only put up a fight, win that game. They can win that game. Okay? The Dolphins are definitely an up-and-coming team. Tannehill's playing good. Mike Wallace, their defense is playing good. So they could definitely beat the Patriots.
Marching down the field and
so but they're going to have to do it in a shootout. That's the only problem, because the Patriots, they're just scoring, 40, 50 points a game now all of a sudden. So they're going to have to keep up with them in a shootout. Trying to think what other games.
This long drive.
You know what? I completely flubbed that whole thing. It's Dolphins Broncos. My mistake. Dolphins Broncos. The Dolphins. Same thought process. I think they can beat the Broncos. The Broncos coming off a loss. They're gonna be. They're gonna want to win. They're gonna want to put that bad taste behind them. I get that. So it could be either a long day for the Dolphins, or the Dolphins could wind up winning. We don't know. Bills and the Jets. The game's postponed. They're actually going to play in Detroit. Which is kind of neat. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Look at that. That's Greg Olson. That's I just got him. He's my new pickup, my tight end. I had Finley.
Wants to be the aggressor in this situation. On 4th and goal, he goes for it. Nice play call that time.
I had Finley as my tight end, but he kept getting every play. He'd catch a ball and then get hurt. Catch a ball and get hurt. And I needed to upgrade my tight end position. I got him, and I got Peyton Manning as my quarterback now, and his accuracy, even on the run, which is funny to say that because Peyton doesn't run, but his throwing on the run is amazing. Luke Kuechly, I picked him up, and he's just been dominating for me on defense, so I'm happy about that. So my team's coming together pretty well. The only thing I got to work on now, I think, is my offensive line and my defensive line. If I can get those two aspects bolstered up pretty good, then I got a pretty decent team.
Defense is in a good situation.
So anyway, so the Jets-Bills, like I said, postponed. They're playing in Detroit, which I think is kind of cool. I wouldn't mind seeing the NFL do that once in a while. Take
First down.
take two teams and put them in neutral sites. I think that'd be kind of neat. But the Jets are I don't even know what the Jets are planning for because they're not starting any other quarterbacks but Vic. I don't see the point in that. They should start Sims, see if he can do anything.
First down at the 31.
And just start them the rest of the way. They have nothing else to lose. They're not making the playoffs. Like, who cares?
That's a tackle.
So the Bills are still sort of fighting for a playoff spot. They're probably not going to get in, but they're at least playing for something. You got the Bucks and the Bears. Who cares? I could care less about those two. Here's an interesting game. Lions and the Patriots. Are the Lions going to come out and score 6 points again? Or are the Lions going to come out and score 30 points? We don't know. Lions got the best defense in the league right now. The Cardinals are actually right behind them at number 2.
They have a good situation.
Can that defense stop Brady enough? Because you're not going to stop him, but can you stop him enough to where the Lions can, beat them in a shootout? That should be a fun game. I hope. Colts, Jaguars. Who cares? Colts are going to win. I'll be shocked if they don't. Browns and the Falcons. I expect the Browns to win. I just don't think the Falcons are any good, and the Browns are playing for playoff spot. We just talked about it. They had that loss last week, so they need to bounce back. The Bengals and the Texans. It's funny, if I recall correctly,
first downs in these type of situations.
the Bengals played the Texans earlier this season, and that's when J.J. Watt scored his first offensive touchdown. Let's see if there's a repeat of that. Bengals haven't been playing good that good lately. So I expect the Bengals to bounce back. Packers and the Vikings, that's a massacre waiting to happen. No way. I'll be shocked if the Vikings win. I'll be shocked if they're even competitive. Eagles, Titans. I expect that game to be a blowout too. On the Eagles' end, I think the Eagles are going to destroy them. Now, here's an interesting game that I'm looking forward to. Cardinals and the Seahawks. We're going to find out what kind of offense the Cardinals have going against the Seattle defense. Like I said, can their quarterback, can Drew Stanton, do enough? Can he do enough in the game? I don't know what the hell kind of throw that was. I'm just talking about his accuracy on the run, and then he makes me look like an idiot. But anyway, can Drew Stanton do enough to keep his team in the game and let his defense make a play? We'll see. And are we actually going to see the debut of Richard Sherman at wide receiver? What a joke that is.
As a quarterback.
But we'll see. Then you got the Niners and the Redskins. They're actually talking about benching RG3, saying that he's just not that good anymore, and he's broken beyond repair. This is the coach saying that. He's broken beyond repair and so on. Chances are, comments like that, I don't think he's going to be back next year. The coach I'm talking about. Because this is your franchise quarterback that you're supposed to believe in, that they have all this money and time invested in, and your coach is telling you that you're broken beyond repair. What do? Do you get rid of RG3, who you made sign all his money, or do you get a new coach? Chances are they're probably getting a new coach. I don't want to say that for sure because anything can happen, but look at this run. Look at that blocking. Oh, man. That was a nice seal block on the edge right there. Get me right through that seam.
The offense scoring that
Hey, you like that? That's a nice block.
And when you get ahead in a football game, the next
So I mean, that's basically it. I mean,
and you play better.
wow.
The Panthers
Block my extra point.
prepared to return the kickoff.
That's basically it. I mean, you got the Ravens and the Saints. Again, neither team's doing anything. I could really care less. The Saints are just a garbage team on the road anyway, so it's not really a big deal. I guess that's basically it for the games. There's nothing really that's jumping out at me too much.
Their offense heads on to
Like I said, the games to look out for right now are the big ones would be the Lions and the Patriots, the Dolphins and the Broncos,
down at the 17.
and
Charles, they are in the
Cardinal. I wouldn't even say the Cardinals and the Seahawks actually, because if the Cardinals lose, so what?
line of scrimmage.
I don't want to say so what because every win and every loss is important, but
second down and 11.
if they lose, I mean they're gonna be 9-2. I mean it's not like they're not making the playoffs, so that's really not a big deal.
They're losing a close game. That first down, it just gives you.
So there's really not that many games that are jumping out at me right now. Browns Falcons I guess is important for the Browns point of view,
that catch for a first.
and that's really it. I don't really see too much more jumping out at me. So now, like I said, I'm going to the Giants game.
In on the stop.
I just want to see a win. Just give me one win, especially against Dallas. I'll be happy. See, it's funny because
It's in a hurry up.
they're coming into their what everyone perceived to be their easy part of the schedule now. Look at this, wide open.
Step on the defender and he
That's a busted coverage if I ever saw one.
touchdown.
And I'll tell you what, the animations in this game are ridiculous. By the way, you tackle a guy, and instead of him just going down, he rolls forward for like 5 more yards, and you'll see that throughout the game. The animations in this game drive me crazy sometimes. They really do.
The kickoff.
So now I'm down by a point because of that blocked extra point. Next time I score, I'm going to go for 2.
Return. And
I'm going to have to because I got to keep pace.
the return at the 20-yard.
But yeah, this was supposed to be the easy part of the Giants' schedule. You had that 5-game stretch where they're playing the Niners, Seahawks, Dallas, Eagles, those guys, and then this was supposed to be the easy part of their schedule, where it comes up where they're playing the Jaguars, the Titans, the Rams, teams like that, Washington.
Run or pass. That time, nice throw by the QB.
So just beat Dallas, just beat Dallas, and then go on a little bit of a streak here and see what you guys can do.
I think we all know the situation here. It's a close game in the second half, and you're losing, but you pick up a first down. Oh, my gosh, that opens up many more possibilities, what you can do on the offensive side. Good job by the offense.
Looking across the middle, the catch is made.
He's going to be tackled right around the 49.
This is what drives coaches crazy. You make the quarterback throw it short, then you can't come up and make the tackle, and you give up a long game. You got your players in position. That's all you can do. Now it's up to them to make a play.
First and 10. Screen. Makes the reception. They'll meet him this time behind the line.
Got to give the defense some credit.
Sorry about that. Had a phone call. Horrendous timing. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I think I did. When I do these games, I do them when I'm at work. So sometimes I got to stop and, help a customer or answer the phone or whatever. But hopefully that'll be the last of that for a little while.
Fourth quarter. Throws the pass. Forte tackled.
I should have thrown it to X. X was open.
Defensive backs to cover that long. It's good coverage initially, but the quarterback had all day long.
My third down conversion is not good right now, but I'm confident. I don't think this guy's gonna, stop me.
Well, they convert
The only difference in this game right now. See, here's the problem.
long on third down.
If I score here, okay, I got to go for 2, obviously. I'm leaving him too much time to come back and score on me to tie the game.
You're down just a few points.
God forbid, somebody can play defense.
And that'll serve your team well.
I should have thrown a pick there, but I got lucky. You see that a lot, though. Guys just dropping wide open interceptions Because, you know, that happens every day in the NFL. Ball hits you right in the hands, you just drop it. I see more drop picks in this game than I've ever seen in my life. It's ridiculous.
Quarterback knows that time is short, and his team must do something in a hurry.
Now he's got me 3rd and long again.
That last play was a run. 3rd down coming up.
Obviously, if I don't get it, I'm going to go for it on 4th down. I'm not kicking a field goal. Field goal's not going to help me.
Doing whatever it can to just try to run out the clock. Takes off with it.
Come on, Peyton, get that 1st down. Oh, I slid too early.
You get inside the other team's red zone.
See, you're nervous because
some points. You're thinking touchdown in these situations.
if you if you're going for the 1st down and they hit you, you're going to fumble. So I slid. I didn't want to slide right there, but I had to. I was afraid I was going to fumble.
Is trying to preserve a victory. 2 minutes remaining, and you're watching the NFL on.
This is it. Play the game right here. Game's not over, but
Empty back.
it's gonna be a really tough road if I can pick this up.
Snapping out of the gun. That's a missed opportunity.
And I got sacked.
Have to bring out the defense.
There's nothing worse to a quarterback.
Well, now I gotta just try and stop him on defense.
That time the right side of the line collapses, and it leads to a sack of the QB.
I know I would thinking I should have went for a field goal there, but a field goal doesn't help me.
Jamal Charles starts that time in on the tackle. They call for the timeout to stop the clock. 2nd down coming up.
So I know a lot of people are thinking, you should go for a field goal there. A field goal doesn't help me because either way I'm going to lose by 1 point, all because of a stupid block kick. And they just juked me out of my shoes. I'm almost thinking I should just let them score because I could still give myself time to come down the field and score and go for 2 and tie the game, go for overtime.
Football game. Good job by the offense managing.
Because all he's doing now is just playing for the clock.
After the 50-yard gainer on the previous play. Under fire.
Now, that's actually a big help to me right there. Saves me my last time out. I'm lining up in field goal block, and I'm letting him score. But I know what he's going to do. Before he gets to the goal line, he's going to sit on it, which I hate when they do that. Just score. I understand why they do it because
got the completion.
Get him. Yeah, see, I told you. It's exactly what he's going to do. I knew he was going to do that. Now he's going to do one of 2 things. He's either going to take a knee,
do whatever it takes to give your play,
or he's going to
that time they get a nice play call.
Let's see if he takes a knee.
Completed for a good solid pickup.
Yeah, he's taking a knee.
Takes the knee.
That sucks. I don't like when people do that. I know it's smart. I know it's what you're supposed to do. But the reason I don't like it is because it almost
takes the knee.
You're bitching out the clock is basically what it comes down to. Like, give me the ball. Let me go down and try and score again. Stop me. You already blocked an extra point of mine. You sacked me on 4th down. Stop me again. Give me a chance. But they don't do that. This is kind of a bitch way to do things, in my opinion.
Quarterback did not get the snap in time. That'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game.
Still 3rd down.
Now he's going. No, he's going to take a knee.
For this play, they'll go.
Well, that's the game. It's annoying. Now, don't be surprised if he takes a timeout, by the way, and he kicks the field goal.
And a flag comes out.
Encroachment, defense. Still 4th down.
Going for it on 4th down.
See, I was trying to do that. I was trying to go off sides to stop the clock, but it didn't work. Now he's going to wait until there's 1 second left.
He's in.
Really, my Amukamara's right there. Doesn't make a play.
Gets paid so much money.
That's just really annoying. And now, of course, he's going to go for 2 because why wouldn't you?
4th and goal.
I thought he was going to go for 2. Yeah, he's going for 2. Because that's necessary. Let's go for 2. Because we're a scumbag,
The Giants prepared to return the kickoff.
This is the longest last 30 seconds of a game I've ever seen. I'm going to fair catch this. I should have fair caught it.
Good piece of tackling.
Well, that's the game. You guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.